Welcome to the Pat Sullivan Center in Baton Rouge Court. Hosted this afternoon's Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference matchup between the visiting Tigers of Olivet Nazarene University and your Fighting Saints. At this time, let's introduce our starting lineups. First, for the visiting Tigers. Senior guard number 0, Daniel Murphy. Freshman guard number 10, Tyler Curl. Redshirt junior guard number 21, Caleb Coro. Senior guard number 22, Caleb Swearingen. And freshman center number 35, Luke Yeager. The Tigers are coached by Nick Berkey in his 7th season. And now this round for your Fighting Saints. A 5'9" junior guard of Louisville, Kentucky, number 2, Delshawn Sims. A 6'2" junior guard of Olympia Springs, Georgia, number 3, Jeffrey Nunnally. A 6'5" redshirt senior forward out of Miramar, Florida, number 0, Ramel Davis. The 6'8" redshirt graduate forward out of Lasarte, USF, number 21, Hector Evantorte. And in the middle, a 6'10" redshirt junior, hailing from Ipswich, Australia, number 25, Merrick Small. Your Fighting Saints are coached by Ryan Marks in his 12th season.
Good afternoon once again from Joliet, Illinois. We're inside the Sullivan Center on the campus of the University of St. Francis, where the Fighting Saints will try to bounce back from a Wednesday evening loss and remain in first place atop the CCAC as they host the Tigers of Olivet Nazarene University. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm Terry Bonadonna. St. Francis comes into today's game 11-2 in conference. They are alone in first place. They have a one-game lead on a pair of teams just behind them. Olivet comes in at 8-5 in the CCAC. It's been a tough year for them overall, but they have bounced back lately. They're playing some good basketball over the last month and a half since the last time these two teams have seen each other. Really 2 months since they've seen each other. So this should be a good one today. St. Francis wins the tip. The home team's in white, going from right to left. Olivet is in purple, going from left to right in the first half. Merrick Small has the ball in the opening possession for the Saints. He misses off the rim, and we're going the other way. Olivet takes their first possession, led by their point guard Caleb Coro, their leading scorer this season. Luke Yeager, Caleb Swearingen, Tyler Curl, and Daniel Murphy make up the rest of the starting lineup. Drive off the glass, Tyler Curl puts it in for the first 2 points of the game. Saints pulled away in the second half back on December 5th. First time these teams met. At the time, Olivet was just 1-6. A shockingly bad record for a team that is consistently at or near the top of the CCAC. Delshawn Sims is fouled. First foul of the game, and St. Francis will reset their possession from the sideline. Fighting Saints starters, Delshawn Sims, Joffrey Nunnally, Ramel Davis, Aitor Anabararte, and Merrick Small, the usual starting 5 for Ryan Marks. Olivet lost Tyler Schmidt, who graduated after last year. He had been one of the best players in the country for 4 straight seasons. So predictably, they've taken a step back. But they started the season just 1-6. Ever since they've been much better, 9-5 over their last 14. Delshawn Sims has the first 2 points for St. Francis on the layup. Nice start for Delshawn Sims, who has struggled a little bit on the offensive end lately, averaging 6 points per game on the season. Coro gives it up to Curl. Down into the corner, Caleb Swearingen. 7 on the shot clock. Daniel Murphy drives with the right hand down to the corner. 3-pointer for Curl is good. Tyler Curl has the first 5 for Olivet. Here's Ramel Davis to the corner for Joffrey Nunnally, coming off of a season-best performance on Wednesday. Nunnally bounces it down low to Small. Turnaround, Aitor Anabararte gets it to go. Arte, the leading scorer for St. Francis this year. He's averaging 14.7 points, 8.6 rebounds per game for the senior. Fifth-year senior for St. Francis. Coro gives it up outside to Swearingen. Here's Tyler Curl. Curl has it stripped. It's taken away. I think that was Sims who got his hand on it. Davis picked up the loose ball. Arte gives to Delshawn Sims, and Sims backs it up. Merrick Small works his way inside, guarded by Murphy. Back out, open three, Delshawn Sims misses it short. Luke Yeager, the freshman, grabs the rebound. Three-pointer, Curl. Curl's got all 5 for Olivet. He was looking to make it 8. Had a good shot from the wing, but he came up a little bit short. St. Francis ball down by 1, 3 minutes into the game. Nunnally bounces it to Arte. Aitor Arte backs in. Arte, turnaround jumper is good. 4 for him. Good start down low for Aitor Arte. In Wednesday's loss, he did not score in the first half, had only 1 field goal attempt. Today he's already 2 for 2. Swearingen drives, Swearingen scores, and he's fouled. Nice drive by Caleb Swearingen, a senior out of Brazil, Indiana. Aitor Arte called for his first foul, first against St. Francis at the 16:38 mark. Swearingen has re-given Olivet the lead. He'll try to make it a 2-point advantage. 81% free throw shooter. And he makes the foul shot. 8-5, or 8-6 rather. 8-6 Olivet. Sims on the wing. Cross court, Arte. Looking down low for Small. Instead, he'll take the 3 and drain it. Aitor Arte's got 7 of the Saints' first 9 points. He wanted to go inside with that one. Olivet gave him too much room. He decided to take the shot himself. Arte can do that, 35% from 3-point range as the shot misses from Coro. Offensive rebound, Olivet. Swearingen. Back outside to Coro. Coro, 20-point per game scorer. Fires into the corner. Tyler Curl picks it up, gets it back outside. Swearingen's got 4 seconds to shoot. Swearingen, step back 3, yes. With the shot clock running down, Caleb Swearingen hits a tough 3-pointer, and Olivet's back in front. We're trading baskets early. Sims out to Nunnally. Merrick Small, high post, turns to face the basket. Looking down low for Arte, didn't have him there. Gives it to Sims instead. 8 to shoot. Nunnally bounces off to Arte, reverse layup. Aitor Arte's got 9 points. We're tied at 11. Here's Daniel Murphy. Murphy fights his way down low. Shovels it back outside Swearingen. Half the shot clock gone. They reset it on the outside. Down low, Luke Brayman. Brayman fighting with Small. He's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line after a timeout. 14:49 to play in the first half. Good start for both teams. 11-11. Aitor Arte's already got 9 points for the Fighting Saints. I'll be back in a moment. Got it up at 11 after just 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes of action. St. Francis will bring their second team on for the most part, coming out of the timeout, and Olivet will be heading to the free throw line where they've already made one shot so far today. Good back and forth action. Both teams making their shots. St. Francis has made 3 of their first 5. Olivet has made 3 of their first 4. Offense, that's what we'd like to see in a game like this. It'll slow down at some point. Olivet shooting 48% from the field this year. St. Francis shooting 49%. So both teams are strong shooting clubs, and they've shown it early on today. Ben Fatz is in, Don Joachim is in, and Sean Richardson is in for St. Francis. Anna Bedarte and Nunnally stay on the floor. Luke Brayman's first free throw misses. Brayman is a redshirt junior out of Roanoke, Illinois. Came in off the bench. He's a 54% free throw shooter. Right on the mark today, 1 for 2. Olivet back in front, 12-11. We've gone back and forth a few times already today. 4 lead changes in just the first 5.5 minutes. Richardson to Joachim into the corner. Nunnally, open 3. Joffrey Nunnally misses. Offensive rebound. Anna Bedarte. 4 defenders around him. He kicks it back outside. There's Ben Fatz on the post. Fatz going one-on-one with Brayman. Gets underneath the basket. Good move to get around Brayman and score. St. Francis has the lead. Tyler Curl around a screen. Off to the right side, Coro, knocked out of bounds by Nunnally. Quick hands on defense. Olivet will inbound with 16 to shoot. Coro is the inbounder. Quiet day so far for him. Here's Swearingen. Off to his left, Daniel Murphy. Murphy's pass deflected, loose on the floor, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Fighting Saints, but with only 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Swearingen will inbound. They need something quick. Coro, a long 3-pointer, and he almost banked it in. No good. St. Francis ball. Richardson pushing it ahead. Joachim just outside the 3-point line, gives it up top to Anna Bedarte. Anna Bedarte's got 9 points already, trying to add 3 more, but he misses the 3-pointer short. All of that comes away with it. Murphy out to Swearingen. Swearingen backs up behind the 3-point arc, bounces inside. Brayman over Anna Bedarte and in. Aitor Anna Bedarte already picked up the early foul, doesn't want a second one. So Brayman was aggressive with him, attacked him, and reclaimed the lead. Anna Bedarte at the elbow, gives it out to Sean Richardson. Back in the post to Anna Bedarte. Senior out of Spain, backs in on Swearingen. Fighting for a tough shot, and he scores again. Anna Bedarte has been lethal in the post so far. 11 points for him, most of them in the paint. And he has given St. Francis a 1-point edge. Caleb Coro, pull-up jumper is good. Caleb Coro came into play today, averaging 20 points per game. These were his first 2 today. I believe that was his first attempt of the game, or second. He had the 1 desperation 3 with the shot clock running out. Richardson at the free throw line, bounces to what he thought would be the cutting Ben Fatz. Fatz pulled up, and it ends up going out of bounds. Connor Casper and Nick Nigo check in. Nunnally and Anna Bedarte sit. Aitor Anna Bedarte, after 8 minutes, has 11 points, and he'll get a short rest. His minutes have been increasing throughout the year, coming off of a knee injury. He has been St. Francis' leading scorer and rebounder most of the season. And as he's gotten healthier, Ryan Marks has given him more run in the game as Don Joachim knocks the ball loose. Connor Casper scoops it up ahead to Nick Nigo. Joachim, nice pass. Ben Fatz throws it down. Timeout called with 11:42 on the clock. Not sure who called the timeout. Neither coach did. The officials are telling all the players to stay on the floor. Not an actual timeout. Just a whistle after that play. Don Joachim set that one up. He set it up first with the steal. And then a beautiful pass to Ben Fatz, who's able to finish at the rim. He's got 4 points now. And we continue to trade baskets here at the Sullivan Center. We're barely 8 minutes in the game. We've already seen 8 lead changes. And both teams are back on the floor. Here we go. Swearingen gives it to Bremen. Hand off to Daniel Murphy. Murphy working one-on-one against Joachim. Tough spot. He turns and takes the shot and scores. Daniel Murphy, the senior guard, makes a good move posting up on Joachim. There's our 9th lead change. 18-17. Shots are going down for both teams. Here's Connor Casper. Hand off to Joachim. Back to Casper. Casper tried to bounce it to Fatz, but it's intercepted. Taken away by Daniel Murphy. In the post to Bremen. Bremen backs in on Fatz. Out to Murphy, and Murphy is fouled on the floor. It's going to go against Ben Fatz. 10:40 to play, first half. 1 point lead for Olivet Nazarene. Trying to earn a season split against St. Francis. The Fighting Saints knocked them out in Bourbonnais in early December. Merrick Small back on the floor for the Saints. Murphy, long two-pointer, is short, and Casper goes high for the rebound. Joachim all alone for three. Rims out. Rebound Caleb Coro. Coro moves quickly the other direction. Into the corner for Swearingen. Swearingen, turnaround over Richardson, got it. Olivet's got a 20-17 lead. Biggest lead for them today. Nigo, down low to Small. Merrick Small is fouled underneath the basket. Peyton Cox, the reserve guard, came over and reached in on him. With 9:58 on the clock, it's a timeout. 20-17, Olivet's on top. I'll be back in a moment. Twenty to 17, Olivet on top of St. Francis. We've had two ties, 10 lead changes through the first 10 minutes of today's game. Both teams have come out to play. Olivet shooting 67% from the field. St. Francis is at 62% right now. And this is the biggest lead that either team has held today. It's been a one-possession game in either direction the entire way so far. So an entertaining start. Aitor Anabat-Arte is the game's leader with 11 points. Caleb Swearingen has 8 to pace Olivet. Anabat-Arte 5 of 6 from the field. Swearingen is 3 for 3. So no surprise in a day where both teams are shooting the ball really well. And the leading scorer for each side has shot the ball really well. Merrick Small, Connor Casper, Sean Richardson, Nick Nigo, and Ramel Davis are on the floor for St. Francis out of the timeout. Olivet counters with Caleb Swearingen, Caleb Coro, Luke Yeager, Peyton Cox, and Tyler Curl. Richardson sends it into Small. And Davis looking for his first points today. Ramel Davis misses off the backboard. Rebound grab by Swearingen. Here's Coro splitting the defense. Coro gets inside, lays it up and in. 4 points for Caleb Coro for the first time. We've got a 2-score game, which means this is the first time today that either team has held the ball without a chance to end the possession either tied or leading. Nick Nego, floater is good. A rare 2-point bucket for Nick Nego, who entered play today, averaging 5 points per game. 27 of his 35 field goals were 3-pointers. There's a 3-pointer for Caleb Coro. Coro makes a lot of those as well. Not 80% of his baskets, but still a lot. He's got 7 now. He got those 7 in a hurry. Merrick Small works his way in on Yeager, bumped on the floor.
Olivet has been fouled number 35, Luke Yeager, his first, team's third.
First foul on Yeager, 3 on each team now. Sean Richardson will be the passer from the baseline. Small on the wing, looking for the cutting Nego, gives it to Davis up top instead. Davis drives with the left hand, layup, no. Offensive rebound, Connor Casper puts it back in. Shot clock was low. Casper able to get the 2, his first 2. Saints are within 4. Swearingen, pull up from 15, got it. Everything's going down for Olivet. These are not easy shots. They're 11 of 15 from the field. That was a tough jumper from the mid-range. Richardson finds Davis. Davis, turnaround, yes. First 2 of the game for him. Averages 12.7 for the year. Knocked away from Coro. It hit off the official, and now a foul on Richardson. Tough break on this possession for St. Francis. It looked like they were to get the turnover, but the ball ricocheted off the official and stayed in bounds. And then as he recovered, Richardson bumped him. Aitor Anabadarte comes back in after that fabulous start, and he kicks the ball off the inbounds play from Swearingen. Do it again. Daniel Murphy working against Davis. Swung around to Yeager. Yeager hands it off to Tyler Curl. Here's Peyton Cox. Shot clock running low. 3-pointer from Murphy, misses. Put back is there for Yeager. No box out from the Saints, and Yeager's able to turn it into 2. First 2 points for him, 6-point lead, Olivet. Merrick Small holds it outside. Pass off to Davis. Here's Aitor Anabadarte. Backing in once again, this time against Murphy. Anabadarte gives it up to Small, and Small is fouled on his way up. Nice job by Aitor Anabadarte. He's had his way with the Tigers inside, so this time they bring the double team. And Anabadarte is able to find the open shooter. Small gets fouled. Merrick Small, 75% from the line this year. Makes the first. His first point today. Small averages 10 points per game. All 5 starters are back on the floor for Ryan Marks' Saints. Small makes both free throws. Tyler Curl gives it up to Swearingen. Swearingen puts the ball on the floor, gets into the paint, working against Anabadarte. Good defense, he has to pass it back. It's Murphy. Murphy dribbling around. Murphy picks it up. 5 to shoot. Curl for 3. No. Rebound deflected and chased down by Delshawn Sims. Ramel Davis underneath the basket. Gets it into the corner for Sims, who knocks down the three. Back to a 1-point game. This is where we've been most of this first half. Olivet went on a nice little run there to make it a 6-point lead. Saints are back in familiar position, though, down by only 1. Peyton Cox throws up a wild runner. Delshawn Sims was right in his face, and Cox tossed an air ball. Saints can reclaim the lead here. Small fakes the handoff, passes to Davis. Small going against Yeager. Merrick Small, turnaround off the backboard, no. Great rebound, Davis, and there's the second chance points. Strong rebound from Ramel Davis. And St. Francis is back in the lead, 11th lead change today. Murphy stepped down the baseline. That's a turnover. Only our 5th turnover of the game. St. Francis has committed a pair of them. It's the 3rd against Olivet. Merrick Small sits down. Ben Fatz back in for the Fighting Saints. Caleb Coro is in for Peyton Cox. Pass nearly stolen. Anabarte keeps it alive to Sims. Nunnally in the corner. One dribble, kicks it out to Fatz. 3-pointer, no. Rebound knocked away from Coro, tracked down by Swearingen. Ben Fatz missed the 3-pointer. It was only his 7th attempt of the season. They've all been misses. Good ball movement by the Tigers. Wide open 3-point shooter. Caleb Coro misses, and Sims grabs the rebound. Sims not picked up. He steps right into a 3-pointer. St. Francis has their biggest lead today, 33-29, with 4:20 to play in the first half. Delshawn Sims has 8 points. Trying to answer on the other end. Brayman can't connect. He had Ben Fatz right in his face. Sims drives, lays it up, and in. 10 for Delshawn Sims. Timeout Olivet, 4:03 on the clock. St. Francis 35, Olivet 29. I'll be back in a moment.
Olivet Nazarene will be charged a 30-second timeout. It will be the length of a full media timeout.
Six-point lead for St. Francis, their biggest lead of the game. They're on a 12-0 run after they trailed by their biggest deficit of 6 points. Aitor Anavararte and Delshawn Sims have combined on 21 of the Saints' 35 points, and they've done so on 9 of 11 shooting. As a team right now, Saints are at 63% from the field. The Tigers are at 57%. Both teams have been almost unstoppable from 2-point range. St. Francis 75% inside the arc. Olivet's just a little bit below that. Tigers basketball coming out of the stoppage. Swearingen will inbound to Coro. And Coro will set up this offense with St. Francis returning to the floor. Caleb Coro and Caleb Swearingen are off to good starts as well. The two of them have combined on 17 of Olivet's 29. This is Daniel Murphy. Murphy fires across court. Tyler Curl. Curl finds Swearingen. 6 to shoot. Swearingen pull-up jumper. Air ball. Rebounded by Brayman. Gives it to Murphy. Shot clock running down. They didn't get it off. I don't know if Murphy realized that shot didn't hit the rim, and so the shot clock did not reset. So the Saints get the stop. They have the ball back with a 6-point lead. Last time these two teams met, it was only a 1-point game at halftime. Saints pulled away to a double-digit win with a strong second half. Similarly today, though, Olivet hung with the Saints for a while, and now St. Francis is trying to build a big lead a little bit earlier. As Anabadarte misses the turnaround, offensive rebound. Fats back out to Anabadarte. Anabadarte drives, reverse layup is good. 3 defenders around him, he scores anyway. 13 points for Anabadarte. Had a career-high 37 a week ago today on this floor. Foul on St. Francis along the sideline. It's only their 5th, so no free throws just yet.
St. Francis foul for 14, Ben Fox, his second, team's 5th.
Second foul on Ben Fats. Caleb Coro will inbound after Joffrey Nunnally's shoes are all tied. Coro up top to Swearingen. Here's Curl. Fires in the post for Brayman. Nice pass from Brayman to Murphy. And Murphy, a little bit of a nail biter there, but he finally does end Olivet's drought. They had gone 4.5 minutes without a point. St. Francis had been on a 14-0 run. Davis over to Nunnally. Anabadarte facing the basket, working against Murphy. Double team comes. Anabadarte picks up his dribble, gives it up to Delshawn Sims. Right back in the post, 3 to shoot. Anabadarte does. He misses, and the rebound goes to Brayman. Down the floor, Swearingen. Swearingen hands it off to Coro. Bounce back to Swearingen. 3-pointer, yes. Caleb Swearingen, 13 points in the first half. He and the Tigers trail by only 3. Sims in the corner. Steps along the baseline, out to Ben Fats, another 3-point attempt, another miss. They've left him alone out there. I guess there's method to their madness. He's missed a few now. Pass ricochets out of bounds. Saints get the ball on the turnover. Joachim and Small are in. Fats and Davis are out for the final 82 seconds of the first half. Sims finds Anabadarte out behind the 3-point line. Cross court Sims. Down low, Anabadarte. The only 2 guys who have touched the ball so far on this possession. Here's Don Joachim now. Joachim penetrates, turns around, gives it up to Merrick Small. Shot clock low, Small banks it in. First field goal of the day for Merrick Small, puts the Saints up by 5. Caleb Coro with the left hand, reverses, back at the free throw line. Pull-up jumper is good. Good ball work by Caleb Coro. Shot clock is off for St. Francis. The officials stopped the play. I think they're going to discuss the shot clock. There were under 30 seconds left by the time St. Francis inbounded. When that last shot went in, there were about 35 seconds on the clock. But the clock continues to run prior to the inbounds play. Anabadarte had to track down that loose ball, so he took about 3 or 4 seconds before he got to the ball, and by the time it was inbounded, clock was at 29 point something. So Olivet stopped play, yelling at the officials, wanting there to be a shot clock, but if you had a shot clock right now, it'd be at 24, so it really doesn't make any sense. Timeout called with 23.9 on the clock. St. Francis it appears we'll have the lead going into halftime, although it's not for certain. These teams have flip-flopped a number of times. We've had a couple of ties, 11 lead changes. 10 of those lead changes occurred in the first 10 minutes. And Olivet opened up a 6-point lead. Saints responded with 14 consecutive points. So they've led by as many as 8. Both teams shooting really well in this first half. Don Joachim will inbound into Delshawn Sims to resume the possession. Sends it into the backcourt. Sims walks across the timeline, blanketed by Coro, who now takes a step back. 15 seconds on the clock. Saints will make a move and just a few more. Now it's under 10, and they do start to operate. Sims out to Nunnally. 3 seconds on the clock. Nunnally back to Sims. Three-pointer, got it off on time, and he drains it. At the buzzer, Delshawn Sims makes it 42-36. He's got 13 points after one half of play. And we'll go to the second half. 15 minutes from now, I'll be back with first half stats as we get ready for the final period of today's game. St. Francis trying to bounce back from a Wednesday loss and pick up their 11th win in their last 12 games. They're up on Olivet 42-36. Second half coming up at the Sullivan Center. Terry Bonadonna with you for St. Francis against Olivet Nazarene. Very entertaining first half if you like to watch the ball go in the basket. I do, personally. It was a very cleanly played half offensively. Two teams combined for only 7 turnovers, 2 committed by St. Francis, 5 for Olivet. They both shot 60%. Saints were 4 of 10 from three-point range. The Tigers were 4 of 9 from three-point range. Really clean offensive half. Both teams had leads extend as far as 6 points. In fact, St. Francis at one point was up by 8. We also saw 2 ties and 11 lead changes. St. Francis kind of took control late in the first half. We'll see if they keep that rolling into the second half. Delshawn Sims hit a 3-pointer at the buzzer to extend the lead from 3 to 6. Sims has 13 points right now on 5 of 6 shooting, and that's been really good to see because he's been struggling. He went 0 for 6 from three-point range in his last game. He has scored just 2 points coming into today in his last 2, 15 points over his last 4 games, and today he's got 13 in just 20 minutes of action. Aitorana Bedarte has been good as well with 13 points and 3 rebounds. Those 3 rebounds are actually a team high because there haven't been that many rebounds, just 22 total. Each team has 11. There have only been 22 missed shots today. Caleb Swearingen has been the star of the show for Olivet, 13 points, 4 rebounds. Both of those categories lead the team. And he's going to be the inbounder as we start the second half. Starters on the floor for Olivet. Looks like the same story for St. Francis as they come out to begin the second half. They, of course, have flip sides. Olivet now going from right to left as Caleb Coro takes the ball for the opening possession. 9 points for Coro in that first half. Everybody in the starting lineup for Olivet shot 50% or better as Coro misses the 3. And Bedarte grabs the rebound. Looks like Coro may have been poked in the eye at the end of that play by Joffrey Nunnally, but he didn't get the call. Merrick Small, double team, bounces it on 2 hops out to Nunnally. Davis for 3, no. The rebound goes to Swearingen. So after all that great shooting in the first half, both teams missed their first shot of the second. Swearingen up to the top. Hands off to Murphy. Murphy's pass deflected by Nunnally. Now it's a race for the ball. Nunnally gets there first, and he finishes on the other end. First 2 points today for Joffrey Nunnally. And St. Francis has matched their largest lead of the game, 44-36. Caleb Coro works his way inside, bounces it towards the baseline, saved by Murphy out to Swearingen, who misses the 3. Another chance for Murphy. He gives to Coro this time. Coro misses the 3. Davis tries to save the rebound, but can't. No, he can't, I'm sorry. He ticked it off of Luke Yeager. So it'll be the Saints' ball. Delshawn Sims across half court for St. Francis. Gives to Davis. Nunnally down low for Merrick Small. Ramel Davis contacts, and it's an offensive foul. Ramel Davis is called for the charge. That's his first foul, first of the half. It's a wet spot on the floor. So they'll wipe that down before play continues here. The official says it's okay. Let's go. Daniel Murphy's got 4 points for Olivet. He's also got control of the basketball. Hand off to Coro. Tyler Curl scored the first 5 points of the game, nothing since. Shot clock under 10 for Coro. Out to Murphy. Murphy passes on the 3, drives instead, 2-point jumper, rattles around the rim, does not go. Nunnally into the corner for Davis. Davis out to Sims. Sims slows it down. Merrick Small, 15 to shoot. Back to Delshawn Sims. Ramel Davis, open 3, way off. Rebound deflected and finally pulled in by Olivet. Swearingen at the free throw line, backs up. Swearingen gets it back, fakes left, drives right, runs right into Merrick Small, gives up to Caleb Coro. 7 to shoot. Coro splits the defense. Nice step inside, but blocked by Merrick Small. A late whistle and a foul call on Olivet. Coro was barking for a foul to be called on Merrick Small on the block. I didn't see that one, but he was grabbing at his face, and if he was hit in the face, that's the second time this half that he's been hit in the face on a shot and hasn't gotten the calls. 8-point lead for St. Francis. So far, it's been a much more defensive half than the first was. Shooting has struggled. Joffrey Nunnally doesn't like that narrative. Nunnally hits the 3 and makes it an 11-point Saints lead. Didn't score in the first half. He's got all 5 points in the second. Into Yeager, and Yeager has a layup. First points for Olivet in the second half. They went 4 minutes between baskets. Second time today that they've done that. They're still in it though, down by only 9. Merrick Small gets in tight and draws the foul on the floor.
Olivet Nazarene foul 35, Luke Yeager, his third, team second.
3 fouls on Luke Yeager. So he has to sit down, just picked up 2 quick ones. Here's Ramel Davis, out to Joffrey Nunnally. Davis up top, dribbles into the left side, backing it on Swearingen, turnaround is short. The rebound is grabbed by Swearingen. Ramel Davis is called for the foul, pushing Caleb Coro. Both Aitor Anabadarte and Delshawn Sims have been taken out of the game so far in the second half by Olivet. Those 2 guys combined for 26 points in the first. Anabadarte has barely got any touches here. Sims has because he's the point guard, but not anywhere where he's had a look to shoot. Murphy gets the screen, drives around it to his right, blocked by Small. Good block by Merrick Small. Nunnally drives in on Coro, gets around him to the rim, too hard off the glass, and Olivet wants to push the other way. 4 on 3, Swearingen takes it right at Anabadarte, who comes up with a block. Back-to-back blocks for the Fighting Saints. Small and now Anabadarte. Beautiful pass from Sims to Merrick Small. An 11-point lead as Merrick Small finishes with a flourish. Olivet trailing by double digits again. Swearingen looking for his first points of the second half. Gives it up to Coro. Caleb Coro underneath, lays it up and misses. Rebound Brayman, another chance for the Tigers. Swearingen steps inside and knocks down the 7-footer. Big jumper from Swearingen to stop the bleeding. 49-40 our score. Delshawn Sims up top, off to his right, Anabadarte. Merrick Small in the post, working against Brayman. Small turns around, scores, and foul. He'll go to the line to try to make this a 3-point play after a timeout. 14-13. Second half, St. Francis has extended their lead to 11. They'll try to make it 12 in just a moment. I'll be right back.
Team's third. Timeout on the floor. It's a media timeout.
51-40 St. Francis over Olivet Nazarene. 14-13 to play in the second half. Saints seized control of this game when they were down 29-23. That was with about 7 minutes to play in the first half. They went on a 14-0 run. And they created some good separation between themselves and Olivet. They turned a 6-point deficit into an 8-point lead. And ever since then, they have not trailed. They were up by 6 at halftime. Slow start to the second half for both teams, but Saints are starting to find that rhythm once again. Merrick Smalls had a good game. He's up to 8 points. He'll try to make it 9 from the free throw line. Don Joachim is in, along with Connor Casper. Romel Davis and Aitor Anabararte have both checked out.
Merrick Small at the line for one.
Small is 2 for 2 from the line so far today. And he misses this one, so he's stuck at 8 points. And the Saints' biggest lead remains 11. They've been up by 11 a handful of times. ONU's always been able to cut into it. See if they can do that again. Coro out to Murphy. Murphy has 10 seconds to shoot. Murphy shoots, misses everything except for the bottom of the net, I guess. Merrick Small grabs the rebound. Small controls, passes off to his right, Joffrey Nunnally. Small working one-on-one with Brayman in the post. Bounce to Connor Casper, and Casper lays it in. Nice find from Merrick Small. Swearingen came over to help on him, and Casper made a beautiful cut, getting right to the basket, wide open. Coro fights his way to the hoop and lays it in. Coro has been working hard to try to get some points here in the second half. That's the first time he has succeeded. 11 for the game. Casper over to Sims. Merrick Small left alone for 3. He got it. Merrick Small's got 11. Saints lead is 14. Coro off to Brayman. Curl fires to his right. Swearingen looking inside. Gets it there himself. Flips it up with the right hand and scores. And he gets himself to the line as Connor Casper is called for the foul. Big bucket for Caleb Swearingen. Ryan Marks brings on the rest of his second unit. Richardson, Nigo, and Fats. Swearingen has 17 points. And there's number 18. Sean Richardson back at half court, guarded by Caleb Coro. Over to Joachim on the wing, and off back to Richardson, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Sean Richardson at the top of the key, fires to his left to Nick Nigo. Ben Fats backing in, Fats turns around on Yeager, jumper misses, it's an air ball. The rebound is grabbed by Swearingen. Under 12 minutes to play. St. Francis has an 11-point lead. Curl trying to make it 8. He misses the 3. And Ben Fats tracks down the rebound, his 4th of the game. Casper up to Nigo. Nick Nigo looks for the handoff, gets it to Joachim. Nigo works his way inside, gives it back to the point guard. Shot clock is under 10 for Sean Richardson. Richardson fires across to Nigo through his hands and out of bounds. Still an 11-point game. Olivet's made a few big defensive stops recently, trying to work their way back into the game offensively, but they've scuffled on this side of the floor in the second half. Tyler Curl to the rim. Curl is blocked. Ball loose. Joachim grabs it and keeps it in bounds. Don Joachim dishes it off last second to Ben Fatz, who finishes. Olivet shooting 27% from the field in the second half. Now find themselves down by 13. Coro for three, another miss. Rebound grab by St. Francis. Richardson on the move. Richardson threads the needle to Don Joachim, who lays it in. Boy, there have been some pretty passes this half from St. Francis. Getting it done in all ways right now on offense. First points for Don Joachim, and Olivet calls timeout. 60-45, 10:28 on the clock. And the Fighting Saints have taken control of this game, shooting 61% from the field as a team. Very impressive showing today for St. Francis, who had a tough challenge out of the gate because Olivet was knocking down everything. And they stopped doing that. Tigers were shooting 75% from the field 10 minutes into the game. And they slowed down after that. They were at 60% at halftime. But here in the second half, they can't get anything to go. Caleb Coro is just 1 of 6 from the field in the second half. He's really looking for his own shots. He needs them. He's their best offensive player. But it's just not going down for him right now. Meanwhile, St. Francis isn't giving them much to work with. They've only turned the ball over 4 times. Olivet has 0 points off of turnovers. St. Francis is +8 in that category. And that's a hard number to overcome right now if you're the visiting side. Olivet Nazarene got off to a shaky start to this season, something we're not accustomed to seeing for a team that has been one of the best in the conference for a long time. But they lost some serious talent in the last couple of seasons. They began the season 1-6. They've been good ever since then. They came in today having won 5 of their last 6 games. But it's not looking so good for the Tigers right now, playing the conference leaders. St. Francis had an 11-game winning streak snapped yesterday. Not yesterday, but in their last game, Wednesday. 10-game winning streak, sorry. They had snapped. They were trying to make it 11. Today they try to make it 11 out of 12. Caleb Coro fires inside for Yeager. Yeager has it stripped and stolen by Don Joachim. Joachim passes ahead for Nigo. To the cutting Joachim, off balance shot, no good. Rebound Casper. Another chance for the Saints. Richardson directs traffic, walks it back to the top. Bounced over to Ben Fatz. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Fatz was looking for the cutter, didn't have him. Instead it's Joachim for 3, it's good. With 2 on the shot clock, Don Joachim launches a 3. He's got 5 points. The lead is up to 18 as St. Francis starts to pull away. Here's Swearingen. Caleb Swearingen backing in on Casper. Turnaround misses. Rebound grab by Ben Fatz. Fatz drives on the other end and he walks. Traveling called on St. Francis. 9:14 to play. And we'll take a quick timeout. 18-point lead. Saints on top. Olivet will have the ball in just a minute. Great bounce back so far for the Fighting Saints after they fell on Wednesday to Indiana South Bend by a 68-60 final. South Bend currently 2 games behind the Saints in the standings. They came into play today in 4th place. Olivet is in 5th in the conference. At the start of play today, 8-5. Tigers are not really in jeopardy of missing the conference tournament unless they completely collapse over the season's final 3 weeks. But they would love to catch IUSB and get into that 4th spot where they could host a CCAC tournament game. Saints are in good position to host at least one CCAC tournament game. They got bigger fish to fry. They're trying to win a conference championship. They came into play today 1 game ahead of both Indiana Northwest and St. Xavier in the standings. They had a 2-game lead, so they used up that cushion with their loss on Wednesday. Drive from Caleb Coro. Coro is met at the rim, and a foul is called. Tigers go to the free throw line. We haven't seen a lot of free throws today. We haven't seen a lot of fouls today. Through 31 minutes, there have been just 16 total fouls called. So about 1 every 2 minutes of game time, which is a pretty good ratio. Coro's got 12 points after making the first free throw. Second shot coming. He's got 13. Second leading scorer for Olivet today. Aitor Anabadarte back on the floor for the Fighting Saints. He and Sean Richardson work the ball across half court. Richardson finds Nick Nigo on the wing. Joachim lobs for Anabadarte. Anabadarte along the baseline, outside. Nick Nigo for 3, rims out, rebound tipped by Fats, but he's called for going over the back. That's his 3rd foul. He's ruining the ratio. Foul every 2 minutes ratio. We're going to have a good long break from whistles to get back on track. 5 called against the Saints. Caleb Swearingen for 3, no, rebound Fats. Nick Nigo up ahead of the pack for 3, got it. Nigo's got 5, 19-point lead. Coro is fouled. Somebody reached in for St. Francis. Goes on Aitor Anabadarte, number 2 on him. Saints have hit their second half limit. Ramel Davis, Merrick Small come in for St. Francis. So Ryan Mark's starting to bring his starters back in. Coro fires it out to Tyler Curl. Curl sets up the possession. Over to Murphy. Daniel Murphy on the wing. Finds Coro once again, 8 to shoot. Coro dribbles it off his foot, but it's scooped up by Brayman. Possession stays alive. Coro off balance shot, missed it. Rebound Anabadarte. Sean Richardson going the other direction. It's Davis. Ramel Davis is fouled. Good quick action from the Fighting Saints there, working in transition after the missed shot. Tigers were still back on their heels a little bit, forcing the foul to be committed on Ramel Davis. First free throw from Davis is no good. Davis is sitting at 4 points right now. Second shot coming up. (67-47). St. Francis leads by 20. 7:40 to play. Murphy underneath the basket. Cuts back, tried to get the reverse, but he's blocked by Small. Merrick Small's having a good defensive game. Ramel Davis tried to pass it off to Small. He's fouled on the floor. Probably shouldn't have said anything about there being a lack of fouls. We were averaging about 1 every 2 minutes, and now since then, since I said something, we've had 4 fouls in less than 2 minutes. Olivet Arte is fouled as well, but he scores on top of it, and he's going to the line. Olivet Arte missed the initial shot. He got his own rebound. So that's 5 fouls now in the last minute 40. Olivet Arte gladly accepts this one. He makes the free throw, 16 points for him. Olivet Arte got off to such a hot start. Had 9 of the team's first 11 points, 11 of their first 15. But that was just his second field goal since. Coro for 3, rims out. Rebound tipped into the hands of Olivet Arte. Richardson gives to Olivet Arte, 23-point lead now for the Fighting Saints. They have slowly but surely crept away from Olivet. Small lines it up for 3, misses it. Rebounded by Caleb Swearingen. Tigers slow it down. It's Swearingen driving on Olivet Arte. Pivot, turnaround jumper, short. Rebound Small. There have been a lot more rebounding opportunities here in the second half than there were in the first. A few more missed shots than we saw earlier. 22 total missed shots in the first half. Olivet Arte backs in, turns around and misses short, but Davis grabs the miss. Merrick Small scores, and he's fouled by Swearingen. Second foul on Swearingen. Small trying to add to what is already 2 points on this possession. He doesn't add anything, but he is at 13 points. 25-point lead. Olivet just 4 for 22 from the field this half. Drive from Coro and another miss. Rebound scooped up by Aitor Olivet Arte. Olivet Arte is closing in on a double-double. Small gives to Richardson. Richardson fires across court to Davis. Ramel Davis in the paint, nice dish. And Merrick Small finishes it off. Whistle blows. We've got a timeout, I think, called by Olivet and their head coach Nick Berkey. And both teams go back to their sidelines. 5:24 to go in the second half. St. Francis dominating right now. They have outscored the Tigers by 21 points in the second half. And in some ways, this game has been similar to the first time the teams met. It was tight throughout the first half. That game, it was only a 1-point margin at halftime. Saints eventually pulled away and won that by 12. Here today, the Saints had a bigger lead at halftime, but it was neck and neck. 11 first half lead changes. And ever since the start of the second half, no need to keep updating that stat. St. Francis has absolutely run away with it. It's been a different half. First half was so crisply played offensively. I mentioned the number just a few moments ago. There were only 22 total missed shots in the first half, which is a very small number. Here in the second, and keep in mind there's still 5:24 to play, we've already seen a combined 28 missed shots. Most of those on Olivet. They're shooting just 17% from the field this half. St. Francis is at 59%, which, believe it or not, is actually worse than they shot in the first 20 minutes. 16 points for Aitor Olivet Arte, 15 for Merrick Small, 13 for Delshawn Sims. They're spreading it around. Swearingen is the inbounder. Across half court for Olivet. Looking to go on a miracle run late in this game. Caleb Coro fires it over to Swearingen. Caleb Swearingen gives it up to Tyler Curl. Shot clock at 13 as they reset. Swearingen is fouled on the floor. That'll send him to the free throw line. Nick Nego is called for his first. 1-1 for Swearingen. Swearingen's one of those guys for Olivet who got off to a spectacular start. Hasn't necessarily kept it up, although he hasn't been bad. He's got 5 points this half, 2 of 5 shooting. Rest of the starters return to the floor for St. Francis. Front end free throw for Swearingen is good. 19 points for him. There's number 20. He makes it 74-49. Delshawn Sims spins between 2 defenders and finds Joffrey Nunnally, and the Saints set up their offense. Sims drives inside, gives to Anabadarte. Nice fake. He's blocked and fouled by Luke Yeager.
Olivet Nazarene foul number 35, Luke Yeager, his fourth.
Fourth foul on Yeager sends Anabadarte to the free throw line for the first time today. He set a school record making 18 straight free throws last week. He makes one here as well, 17 points for Anabadarte. He's also got 8 rebounds. Second foul shot is good. So he stays hot from the line. Anabadarte, leading scorer for St. Francis today. He's hit at least 28 straight free throws. I'd have to go back a couple weeks to expand that further as the three-pointer misses. But I know at least over the last 3 games, he's 28 for 28 from the line. Joffrey Nunnally is fouled. It was Trent Rayborn, the freshman from Brookfield, Wisconsin, who just checked into the game for the first time and tried to jump in front of the pass. Ended up getting a handful of Nunnally instead. Mason Wood came into the game in the first half, got injured within the first 30 seconds or so that he was on the floor and had to leave. So it's been a pretty short bench for Nick Berkey today. He's really only played 2 subs, Peyton Cox and Luke Brayman. Even Cox hasn't played too many minutes. He's been out there about 7. So now Rayborn is in as well. Second free throw is good. 7 for Nunnally all this half. Coro for 3, too strong. Offensive rebound, Swearingen. Coro to his left. Fires outside, deep 3, Swearingen, short. And the rebound grabbed by Nunnally. So the Saints will try to run a little clock. They're in that position right now. They're not necessarily trying to play a slowdown game, but they seem to have this one well in hand as long as they don't do anything foolish. Nunnally, jumper is good. 2 more for Joffrey Nunnally. He's heated up after a slow start. First half, Delshawn Sims had 13 points. In the second half, Joffrey Nunnally has 9. Three-pointer misses for Rayborn. But Nunnally didn't score in the first half. Sims hasn't scored in the second. So those are your St. Francis guards. Good tag team. Ronell Davis backs in on Rayborn. He's got a good mismatch. He kicks it out to Sims. Delshawn for 3, a little bit short. Here come the Tigers as we approach the 3-minute mark. Coro fakes. Now he does pass into the corner. Tyler Curl misses the 3. Anabadarte grabs the rebound. He went out running and decided to slow it down. Anabadarte over to Sims on the wing. Here's Nunnally. Feeding Anabadarte in the post, working against Swearingen. 8 to shoot, 7. Anabadarte backs down, shot clock at 4. He finds Delshawn Sims, 3-pointer, no. Rebound deflected into the hands of Ramel Davis. That's blocked. Anabararte gets it back, and he finishes. Saints call a quick timeout for substitutions, but Anabararte checks out after finishing up a really strong performance with the rebound and the putback. He finishes with 20 points and 10 rebounds. Connor Casper, Sean Richardson, Nick Nigo back on the floor, and the Saints have dug a little deeper into their bench as well, as Ben Kreitz and Ibrahim Mobayed check in. Olivet has started to clear their bench as well. Will Baden, a reserve center, is on the floor. Peyton Cox is back out there. Curl and Coro, two of the starters, are still out there. And Caleb Coro is going to the free throw line after getting fouled by Sean Richardson. Coro makes the front end. Olivet now 4 for 28, shooting the basketball in the second half. From three-point range, they're 0 for 12. They were so good in the first half. And that just slipped away from them. They shot 60% over the first 20 minutes. Olivet puts on the full court press. Saints moving the ball back and forth, and they're able to clear the timeline with about a second and a half to spare. Casper up to Ben Kreitz. Here's Richardson. Under 2 minutes to play. Mobayed finds Kreitz, shoveled off to Casper. Reverse layup is good for Connor Casper. Great ball movement by the Fighting Saints. Ben Kreitz could have put that one up and tried to score his first 2 points of the year. Instead, he passed, and now the Saints get a steal behind the back from Richardson to Casper. Little exclamation point for the Fighting Saints. Casper has a season-high 8 points. Coro gets inside, another miss. And another timeout for the Saints to fully empty their bench and bring in some of their seldom used reserves with 80 seconds left. We're going to get to see Daniel Okogan. Paolo Mondini Bronzi checks in. Redshirt freshman from Italy. Lorenzo Aquino is in now as well. And one more, Evan Hutchison, another redshirt freshman. Check that. That is, no, I had it right, I'm sorry. Mobayed gives it up, down low. The layup is there for Mondini Bronzi. Everybody getting into the act. First points for Mondini Bronzi in his college career. Three-pointer for Rayborn rims out. Maybe the last shot taken by Olivet today, and that's the way they've been going lately. Nice move by Aquino to get around Rayborn into the paint, but he misses the jumper. So Olivet trying to add just a few more points here. It's Murphy in the corner, 37-point game. This was tight all the way through the first half. And the Saints just blew him away in the second. Foul down low. And that'll send Will Baden to the free throw line. 26.4 remaining.
St. Francis foul number 44 by Mondini Bronzi. His first, team's ninth.
First free throw from Baden misses. One more for him. Will Baden had been 2 of 2 from the line this year. Now he's 3 for 4. 88-52, shot clock is off. Let's see if the Saints run anything on this possession. Looks like they will. With their reserves in there, give them a chance to run a little extra offense. Mobayed off the glass, no. Rebound grabbed by Tyler Curl, and Olivet pushes it ahead, knocked out of bounds by Okogan. 8.8 on the clock. Olivet 4 for 30 from the field this half. They'd like to get one more shot just for good measure, but they can't. It's stolen away by Mondini Bronzi. Aquino misses, Mobayed there to tip it in. And so this will be the final score, 90-52. St. Francis defeats Olivet Nazarene. They turn a 6-point halftime lead into a 38-point victory. as dominant a 20-minute stretch as they played probably all season. They outscored Olivet in the second half 48-16. Good defense from the Saints, but also just a really tough shooting half for Olivet. They went 4 of 30 from the field, 0 of 13 from three-point range. They wanted to get a shot there at the end just to leave feeling a little bit good about themselves, and they weren't able to leave with that positive feeling. Tough second half for Olivet, but this is a team a little bit in transition after losing some of their star players. And they had been playing really well coming into today. They had won 5 out of 6 and 3 in a row. They'll try to start a new winning streak now on their next one as their season continues on Wednesday at Indiana Northwest. 25th ranked Fighting Saints of St. Francis bounce back after a loss. They win their 11th in their last 12 games. They improved to 18-3 overall this season, and now 12-2 in the CCAC. They remain atop the conference standings. Let's take a look at some of the stats from today's game. Saints shot 59% from the field. Olivet finished at 35%. 38 on three-pointers for St. Francis, 18% three-point shooting for Olivet. Again, they missed their final 13 shots from three-point range. Individual leaders in this game. Aitor Anabadarte finished with a double-double of 20 points and 10 rebounds. For Olivet, Caleb Swearingen had a similar double-double of 20 points and 10 rebounds. Saints also got double-digit efforts from Merrick Small, who finished with 15 points on 6 of 9 shooting. Delshawn Sims had 13, all in the first half, but what a half that was for him. He hit 3 three-pointers. He also finished today with 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Ramel Davis led the team with 4 assists. St. Francis improves to 18-3 overall, 12-2 in conference. Olivet falls to 10-12, still in the top half of the CCAC with an 8-6 conference record. After 4 straight home games, Fighting Saints finally take to the road after this. They'll head to Holy Cross on Wednesday. Just 2 more games during the regular season coming up at home. Our next broadcast here on the USF Sports Network is coming up on Wednesday, February 12th. It'll be an approximately 7 o'clock start time against Governors State University. That's going to do it for today's broadcast. Saints win it 90-52. They outscore Olivet 48-18 in the second half. So Saints win. They've won 11 of their last 12. We'll see it next time. Until then, Terry Bonadonna signing off from the University of St. Francis. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.